Yo, 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 good morning. It is Wednesday, June 20th, 2018. Got the Debonair show coming at you at motherfucking ass. And I was contemplating on whether or not I wanted to record, because right now I'm doing my morning cardio. It's about 6 in the morning, actually 6:30 in the morning. And I wasn't sure if I wanted to record this part for my videos or go ahead and start this podcast, but I decided to start the podcast just because, like I said, the morning cardio is pretty repetitive. Every single morning I do either a jog and or a walk, and every now and again if I go with my mom to the gym, because sometimes me and my mother go to the gym and I train her, I'll go ahead and knock out a little run, maybe a little cycling too, but 9 times out of 10 I just do a walk and or a jog. So it's really no point of me consistently uploading that, spending the time, and that's just extra storage and that's just more work for me, just being honest with y'all. So I decided I'll go ahead and knock out this podcast, man. My last podcast did pretty well, and one thing about these podcasts, man, it's not that I don't like doing them. Actually, these are some of my favorite videos to make that I make on my channel, but the problem is, I gotta sit up here and talk for like at least 30 minutes straight, because the app I use, the voice recorder app, it doesn't allow me to pause for long periods of time. I don't know what the time limit is, but if I was to pause right now, I could come back and go back to the same clip and keep recording, but it won't let me do that for long. Like if I go longer than maybe, I know if it's any longer than 10 for sure, I can't do it. So if I press pause right now, I lock my phone, come back 10 minutes later, it's not going to let me keep recording. I'm going to have to put a new clip in. But I think as long as it's 5 minutes or shorter, I'll be able to go back. But I shouldn't have to pause today. Like I said, I'm out here, I'm doing my morning cardio, just getting a walk in. So it really shouldn't be any interruptions. But it's funny, man, like the past couple of days, I've been telling a lot of people that I know about my YouTube channel, just because I've seen a lot of people that I haven't seen in a while. I linked up with my cousin over the weekend. That was a really nice thing. He's like a brother to me. I linked up with my cousin. Been telling certain girls I know about my channel. And I was talking to all of them, not at the same time, but, I was just telling them about some of the negativity on YouTube, man. And it's funny that I was talking about that, because this morning I wake up to this guy who, sorry if I get a little out of breath, y'all, I'm hitting this hill right now. But I been coming across this guy on YouTube who, he's already made some comments to me that were they were confrontational. Like questioning me. First off, man, you can't question Debonair D about shit. You know what I'm saying? I have no problem with you coming and getting an understanding about something. Hey, man, what did you mean by this? What did you mean by that? But, coming to me, questioning me, that's not going to fly. But the thing is, when I'm on YouTube, I'm not going to be sitting up there making threats. I'm not going to say I'm going to beat your ass. I'm not going to say I'm going to shoot you or anything like that, because first and foremost, I would never do that anyway, because I'm a square. But, but also, what's the motive? What's the purpose of doing that? That's not doing anything but incriminating myself. If that's what I really wanted to do, I would never even put out evidence to make myself a suspect if something was to happen to that person. You know what I'm saying? I'll never be investigated, because I never perpetrated myself to be a type of individual that would do that. You know what I'm saying? So not just that, but, when these people comment on YouTube, 9 times out of 10, they don't have profile pictures. 9 times out of 10, they don't have any videos posted. You'll never see them in person. And, most of them are trolling anyway. So what's the point of you getting tough with them and woo, 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 nigga, I'll do this, bitch, I'll do that? It's all in vain, man, because you're never going to see this person in reality. And if you did see them in reality and you recognize them, majority of them wouldn't even be talking like that. Because if they were really on that, they would just be doing it. They wouldn't be talking about it. You know what I'm saying? But the guy that's been commenting on my videos, I did that Jason Blaha video a couple of, 2 weeks ago? last week. Yeah, I think it was last week, actually. I did that Jason Blaha video last week. My weeks are kind of running together. But I did the video, and I got pretty positive feedback on the entire video. You know, I got a lot of people that don't like Jason Blaha on the video. I got people that were kind of indifferent to him, and I got some people who actually supported him and they respected my stance. But you got this one weird-ass motherfucker who keeps commenting me, asking me the same question, like, hey man, you said you've been subscribed to Jason Blaha for a long time. Well, first off, I actually unsubscribed from him the other day. I unsubscribed from him after he made that video responding to Alpha Destiny benching the 319 pounds at the meet. After I saw his stance on that, I just went ahead and unsubscribed. You know what I'm saying? But he was like, why are you subscribed to Blaha and you're still coming over here to these mirror channels and you're talking shit? Not talking shit, but you're chopping it up with us like you're one of the guys, and you're also subscribed to him. And then he started trying to like clown on my finance videos and the videos I've made about women, and like, you know what I'm saying, this motherfucker really came to my channel, went through all my videos, disliking them for one, because I almost never get dislikes, even on my controversial videos. But almost all of my videos now, I got one dislike, and I'm 95% positive it's him. It is what it is. I really don't care about that. But just steady asking me the same shit over and over. He even went on today to say he despises me. He despises the fact that he thinks I'm still subscribed to Jason Blaha, and I actually come to the Mirror channel and I enjoy getting a laugh from the comments. He's like, you talk like you're one of the guys. I despise people like you. Woo, 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 woo. And I'm like, bro, why do you keep asking me the same question over and over, man? What's it to you? And like I said, he just went on to say how he despises me, and he's typing these paragraphs, and he was doing this and that. And like I said, I'm not typing paragraphs back and forth with you, man. So I said, bro, do this for me. Because this was early this morning. This was around 5:30. I said, bro, do this for me. Have a blessed day. And he commented back, keep your bro to yourself. Keep your brother to yourself. I'm not your buddy, bro. Or I'm not your bro, buddy, or something like that. Every day I live is blessed. Oh, master of finance. Oh, master of transgenders. Or no, king and queen of transgenders. And woo, 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 woo. Every time you get backed in a corner and you fucked up, you say have a blessed day and this and that, man. I just commented back right, because like I said, man, what's the point of even spewing back that negativity? I'm not arguing with somebody who gets that wound up simply because somebody on YouTube is subscribed to somebody that they hate. First and foremost, man, I don't hate anybody. Let's get that understood. I don't hate anybody living on this planet right now. I am capable of hating somebody, if somebody was just to do some tremendous injustice to me. But, hating somebody like Jason Blaha, that's silly to me. But hey, to each his own. But to actually hate somebody, not because they are Jason Blaha, but to hate somebody because they're subscribed to Jason Blaha, to go on and say that you despise them, that's goofy as hell, man. You despise me because I'm subscribed to a YouTuber that you hate. Think about that for a second. Like I said, man, some of you motherfuckers are weird. And like I said, I'm never, if I could walk past him right now, I'm not walking right now, I would not recognize him. He doesn't have a profile picture. He doesn't have, any videos posted. So, whatever, man. I don't wish any ill will on him. He could do his thing. But I won't be commenting back and forth with him anymore, because I think his ass is weird. But anyway, man, I've just been really swamped with schoolwork recently. Oh damn, I'm walking past this house they've been building for the past couple months. It looks good now. They did a lot over the past 2 weeks. I haven't been this way in about 2 weeks. But I've been really swamped with schoolwork lately. And the thing about college, man, for me personally, it's never really difficult to me. Of course, there's certain subjects that I kind of struggle with a little bit more than others. But for me, most of the courses are pretty easy. It's just a matter of time. College is a matter of time. you spend so much of goddamn time with homework and essays and studying. It's just really, like, honestly, bro, for me, I would just rather prefer to, like, have to spend extra time studying to understand it than spend all this extra time doing homework. Like, I literally don't have almost any free time in the days, most days, because I just got to do all this homework, man. And I was so pissed off yesterday because I was in my econ class and some of me and my classmates were talking. Comes to find out, one portion of the homework we've been doing isn't even required. And she didn't even tell us that. So I've been spending all my goddamn time doing this homework. I spent like 5 hours on it. Not all at once, but all together. And we don't even need to do it. So, college, man, it's just very time consuming. It's very time consuming. It's very energy consuming. And it's very costly. And my dumb ass took 4 classes this summer, 4 full-time classes, not even any like I'm taking real classes. I'm taking econ, accounting, a law class, and math all this summer. So, when I tell you guys I'm in class all day, I really am in class all day. I get to class around 10, and I don't get my ass home till about 8. But truth be told, I'm gone for about 12 hours because, of course, I don't leave the house at 10. I leave the house around 9. So I'm gone from 9 to 8 every single day. And I still got to do homework when I get home. You know what I'm saying? So basically what I try to do is most days I try to go to the lab, or I try to bring my laptop into the classroom, while the teacher's lecturing. And I try to knock out as much homework from other classes while I'm in there. But the problem with that is you might miss something crucial in the lecture. So it's a big it really is just a fiasco, man. And I'm ready for this shit to be over with. But the thing about summer classes, every time I take them, because this is my second time I've taken summer classes, it's always one of those things where when you're taking it, you feel like it's just unbearable. You're in class all day, you got all this homework, because the first time I took summer classes was morning. First time I took summer classes was I only took 2. I took a geology and a Spanish, which are both pretty easy, right? But even then I was like, oh my God, man, I put so much time into this shit. But you're only in class for 7 weeks, and at the end of those 7 weeks you're going to be like, man, you know what? It was hard while I did it, but I'm already done. It's going to be over before you even realize it. Because right now I'm on my 3rd week, almost done with my 3rd week. And so I'm damn near I'm almost halfway done, and I don't even realize it. So, those summer classes, they're difficult, man, but at the end of the day, they're worth it because you're going to get your full credits in 7 weeks. You can't beat that, man. You can't beat that, as opposed to spending, 18 weeks in a normal semester? It's 18 weeks. It's not as difficult. It's not as time consuming, but you got to spend 4 or 5 months just to get your credits. So it depends on what your preference is, man. But honestly, I prefer not to go to school at all. But shit, you got to do what you got to do. I already took 2 semesters off. I can't afford to take any more off. And, I got to do my thing right now. I'm buckling down. And this fall semester ain't going to be pretty either, because it might be even more difficult because I'm going to be taking 7 classes at least this fall. I may take 8, but definitely about 6 or 7. So my schedule's going to be pretty much the same. I'm going to be getting up, starting around 8, all the way till about 8 in the evening, coming straight home, going to sleep. But, that's what happens when you take semesters off. I don't regret it.
Hey man, can I ask you a question?
Yeah, what's up?
That kind of be funny and nothing, man.
All right, yeah, somebody stopped by and asked me a question about my hair. I was worried when I was going to press record again it wasn't going to keep going, but yeah, man, college is something else for real. And I'm coming all out of pocket for my shit, so it's expensive as fuck. It is what it is, though, man. It is what it is. But as far as these podcasts go, I got a lot of different podcasts coming for you guys. Like I said, I think a small portion of y'all actually really enjoy these. I got to build my podcast audience up, because at this point I've only done 3. This is going to be my third podcast. So obviously I'm going to have to build up the number of people that actually come to my channel for podcasts. You know what I'm saying? The people on my channel right now, they come to me for, the kind of videos I've already been doing, but not for the podcasts. So I got to build up my audience that actually enjoys podcasts. And once I do that, I got a lot of people who I'm going to do some collaborations with. Eventually I want to have, every week I want to have a segment on my show where, it's still the Debonair show like always, but I'm going to have certain people on that I know personally on to, it's going to be kind of like a Joe Rogan podcast, have a guest on and we just speak about a wide variety of topics depending on what that particular person is really knowledgeable on, what they enjoy, what they're passionate about. And, it's going to be a fun little thing. But I want to get my channel a little bit bigger before I do that because I want the people on to, have a bigger audience to speak to. You know what I'm saying? I want these people on to, actually get exposure to their channels. Like I got a buddy of mine, my son has a YouTube channel. He's only actually uploaded one video like 2 years ago, but he's trying to get back into YouTube. And I was like, yeah, I'll fuck with you, man, but I want to get my channel a little bit bigger before we do our podcast. And we did a podcast last weekend. We went to the park and did a podcast, but I actually ended up deleting it just because we were there and it kept getting interrupted. It's a bunch of badass little kids running around and people stopping by asking us for directions, so we're going to have to find a new spot. I originally just wanted to call his ass. I wanted to call him and, just do the podcast over the phone, but he came to my house and I was like, oh, fuck, man, let's go over to the park and try to get this shit done. And it ended up not working out. So, we're going to knock out this podcast whenever we can. I got him. I got another buddy of mine from high school. Actually, I got two buddies of mine from high school that want to do a podcast with me. I want to do one with my cousin. I'm going to call up the homie Sinful, see if he may be open to doing a podcast. I got a bunch of older homies I want to do some podcasts with, like in their 50s and 60s. So, it's going to be a beautiful thing. So, like I said, stay tuned for those podcasts. It's just, right now, as far as me, my only problem with YouTube is it's so time consuming. And, when I used to, because of course I've been watching YouTube for years, just like everybody else, right? And I never realized that even these basic videos take forever to edit and piece together and render and all of that shit, man. I never realized that. I was talking about this in my video yesterday, my Becoming Batman video. Like, for example, this podcast here, at the end of the podcast, let's just assume it's only going to be 30 minutes. It might be more, it might be a little bit less, but let's just assume it's going to be about 30 minutes, right? That 30-minute clip, because I'm on a recorder app, I got to save this to my phone as a video, right? Then I got to render it as a certain type of video so it can download. Once I download it, I got to upload it to YouTube, of course. Now, when I upload it to YouTube, I can't leave the app. When you're on mobile, when you're on your phone, I'm on an iPhone right now, you can't leave the app. If you leave the app, it'll just like pause the upload. So I got to sit there while it processes, and I got to sit there while it uploads. It processes, then it uploads. So that's at least an hour right there just for this simple 30-minute podcast. This isn't any, videos or anything like that. So imagine what I got to do when I actually film my workouts or something like that. I got to piece all those videos together. I got to try to edit out what I don't want, what I don't like. And you guys know I'm not good with editing. It's a lot of stuff I don't know how to do yet. I'm still learning. And sometimes I upload videos and I watch it back and I realize the audio's all fucked up. So even with my poor editing skills, it takes me at least another extra 30 minutes to 45 minutes, sometimes even an hour for my longer videos to get all that shit pieced together. I got to watch back the footage to figure out what I want, what I don't want. And then once I figure out what I want, I got to cut it and, piece it together so it looks all nice and clean. And then I got to go back and put the audio on over all the video. It's just very time consuming. Then I got to save the video to my phone, which takes forever. And when you're saving a video, you can't close the app. You got to keep that shit open. So I can't multitask. I can't just do it in the background. I got to sit and let it do it. by itself. And then once I save it, I got to upload it to YouTube, and that takes forever too. So, doing YouTube, man, is very time consuming. On my other videos that I just record where it's just me talking, it's just me on the face camera talking, yeah, those aren't really difficult at all. The only reason those might get difficult is if I get a phone call. But if I get a phone call, now I have the technology where, I have the wherewithal where I could just make another video and piece it together. But before, I remember even like just as recent as a couple months ago, when I used to get a phone call, I used to be hot because I didn't have the apps or anything to piece my shit together, man. So I would have to sit up there and start the whole video over again. There was a lot of videos that I had made for you guys, damn near finished. I would be 10 minutes in, I'm wrapping up, and somebody would call me. And that shit used to piss me the fuck off, man. Especially when I get a call and it's about some bullshit. But at least now if I get a phone call, I could just go ahead and restart the video and piece those 2 clips together, maybe even those 3 clips. But that adds so much more time. Like there's this YouTuber I watch called named Smokey Dog, and he would always complain about that, like, oh my God, I got a phone call, now I gotta piece this shit together. I'm thinking, damn man, you got a computer, how hard is that? But it's not that it's hard, it's just time consuming. That's the thing, man. It just takes, like, let's say it would take 10 minutes to edit and upload something. Now it's going to take like 30 minutes. So you triple the time just because of one 30-second phone call. So it really is very aggravating. So, like I said, I got a lot of videos for you guys coming soon. I'm going to keep doing the series, the Becoming Batman series. I got those podcasts planned. Of course, just the normal videos as always. I'm always do those. And I haven't given up on those reaction videos to certain music things, but the problem is, man, I gotta eventually I'm gonna have to take my computer in to the Geek Squad or somebody and have them work on it, man. I want to get all my specs upgraded and all of that shit. I want my PC to be as powerful as I can get it, so I'm gonna have to drop a couple hundred, maybe even 1,000. I don't know how much that shit costs, but I'm gonna have to take it into the Geek Squad and have them work on it. Try to get me all upgraded and everything, make it a lot faster. So after I get all that done, the quality of the videos is really going to improve, because after that I won't have to try to edit all my videos on my phone, which, it suffices now, it's okay, but it could be a lot better. I think we all can agree my editing could be a hell of a lot better. So I'm going to be doing that on my computer in the next few months. Shit, man, I ain't gonna lie to y'all. I'm kind of tired right now, and I'm trying to talk normal. I don't want to be breathing all in the mic, but it's hard not to, because I was already walking for about 20 minutes before I started this podcast here. So, but I really don't have too much to talk about, man. I mean, it's been a lot of crazy shit going on, but most of the crazy shit I wanted to talk about, I've already made videos of. One thing I'm not gonna make a video about though is XXX Tentacion. I'm 90% sure that's how you pronounce it. RIP to him first and foremost. Condolences to him and his family. But, I wasn't a fan of him. I listened to one song back in like 2016 when he first I know he had a buzz, of course, before this. But you remember when he came out and he was on all of them radio interviews talking about how Drake stole his flow, stole his swag. I listened to a couple of his songs back then, 1 or 2 songs, and I wasn't a fan of him, and just quite honestly, I never gave him another chance. But one thing I could say about him is that every time I would see him on Instagram, he did have certain run-ins with other rappers. He had his run-in with Breezy, had his run-in with, who was it? The Migos, and I think it might have been somebody else he had some problems with other than Drake. But, that happens, man. When you're in the rap game, you're famous, you're going to have problems with other people. But for the most part, it seemed like he was always preaching positivity. Even somebody like Lil Tay came out and she showed some DMs she screenshotted some DMs he had sent her, saying, basically you can capitalize off of this free marketing that you're getting, and, it can be very beneficial to you and your family. I can't remember exactly how he worded it, but, he seemed very articulate, he was very intelligent, and he seemed like a very sincere, good-hearted guy. I read certain articles about him given to charity. He was giving away PS4s and things to unprivileged kids, and he preached unity. And I don't know what he had going on in the streets, but to me, I don't think he was doing anything that led for him to deserve the demise that he met. I think he was a very sincere-hearted guy. He was, like I said, definitely articulate, definitely very intelligent. And I think he was trying his best to live a very positive lifestyle. And, it's sad that, that's how he had to leave the world, especially at such a young age. And, his fan base wasn't doing nothing but growing. He was still becoming more and more popular, getting more and more publicity. And, like I said, it's sad that he had to die at 20 years old, shot and robbed like that. I mean, it's just, that's sad, but it is what it is. But the reason I didn't make a video on it is just because it would be fake. It would either be fake or it would be short as hell. It would be like a minute-long video saying RIP to him. And, at that point, it's just basically me, trying to gain publicity off of him. I mean, there's no point of me even making that video. I wasn't a fan. I don't know too much about him. I didn't dislike him. I didn't really like him either. I didn't really know anything about him. I've learned more about him since he passed than I knew when he was alive. So when somebody's like that, I usually don't make an RIP video to him. You know what I'm saying? Unless they were just extremely prolific. And even then, I think it's a certain level of fakery, for lack of a better word, if you make a video like that. Like when I made the last RIP video I made, well, actually the last RIP video I made was about Can't Get Right. But if you guys notice, I didn't spend so much time saying RIP to him, blessings to him and his family, of course. But that video was mostly talking about, Duck and an innocent bystander. But I didn't make this long video getting ready to cry talking about Can't Get Right because I didn't know him personally. RIP to him, I feel for him and his family, but I didn't know that man personally, so I'm not about to talk 10 or 12 minutes, even 15 or 20, talking about RIP. I didn't know him. It would be fake. When I made the Zach TV video, however, I did talk for damn near 10 minutes because even though I didn't know him personally, I was a fan of Zach TV. I haven't watched Zach TV for like 5 years at the time of his death. So I was a lot more equipped, and there was a lot more sincerity in that video because I actually felt like I knew Zach. I mean, shit, I've been watching his ass for 5 years, watched damn near all his videos. So of course it's going to be a whole different vibe when I make an RIP video for somebody like that, as opposed to an XXX Tentacion or a Can't Get Right or somebody like that. I feel for the families as always, but I just don't want to do any fake shit on my channel. Ooh, boy, I'm getting out of breath, y'all. The thing about me in the morning is my cardio always sucks in the morning because I haven't drank that much water, and I'm not a morning person, man. I've been waking up early in the morning consistently for about a year or two now, but I just always want to sleep in. Like if I had it my way, I would still wake up early, get some things done, but I wouldn't come out here and do my cardio until about maybe 9. Because by the time 9 comes, even if I didn't eat breakfast, because I just recently started eating breakfast again. I used to do intermittent fasting, but by the time 9 comes around, I'm fully woken up. I've drank water. I've got my head cleared. When I come out early, straight out of bed to do my cardio, I don't know, man. I just still feel like I'm sleepwalking or something, man. I've just never been a morning person, even if I've gotten adequate sleep. Like I got adequate sleep last night, but I just, something about me just wants to get back in bed. I guess that's just laziness, right? But, it does get easier. I remember when I first started waking up at 5:30, because I used to wake up at 6. And, I know 5:30 and 6 are just 30 minutes away, but that's a huge difference, man, because think about it. If you wake up at 5:30, if you want to get 8 hours, that means you got to be in the bed around 9. You want to be in bed ideally about 30 minutes before you actually want to go to sleep, right? So I got to be in bed at 9 if I want to wake up at 6, or if I want to wake up at 5:30. If I want to wake up at 6, however, I could wait till 9:30. That 30 minutes is crucial. Think about all the things that happen from 9 to 9:30, in the evening time, man. A lot of shows come on, and like I said, like right now, I don't get home till about 8 or 8:15. So I'm pretty much damn near just eating and going straight to sleep, literally. I eat, go to sleep. I eat, stretch, finish editing my videos, and go to sleep. I got about 45 minutes in the evening time. So, with that being said, I don't have much free time, and when I wake up in the morning, I don't know, man. It takes a lot of getting used to, because I've only been doing it for about 6 months, and when I first started waking up at 5:30, I just for like a week, I just felt extreme fatigue, because I just wasn't used to it, and I had never woken up that early. 6 o'clock, that's early, but majority of us, we've been in school and everything. You've woken up at 6 o'clock before. I remember in elementary school, 9th and 10th grade, not middle school, but yeah. In middle school, I used to wake up that early too. 6 o'clock really ain't nothing. It's early, but it's doable. But how you doing?
Hey, how's it going?
But 5:30 is a whole nother animal. It's just, I don't know, man. That 30 minutes is just crucial. Like, think about when you wake up in the morning, when you got your alarm clock going off. Getting that extra 30 minutes is a game changer, right? So, and actually, I've been trying to wake up at 5:20. I've been trying to do that, but it's difficult, man. Like that extra 10 minutes. And, eventually I was thinking I wanted to wake up at 5 in the morning, but I think 5:30 is early enough, man. I think that's early enough, because goddamn, if I wake up at 5, that means by 8:30 I'm going to have to be in the bed, because I like to get at least 8 hours, at least. So, shit, going to sleep at 8:30, you really just don't have a life. Like I said, like right now, man, when I come home in the evening, I just can't do anything. I basically got about 45 minutes to eat, walk my dog, and do homework, and edit videos. Goddamn, I don't have time to do any free time. And, another thing about waking up early is, when you go to sleep early like that, you have to be very structured. Like, I don't have time to basically do anything in the evenings, man. Like, even me going out for a late dinner. Me going out to dinner at like 7 o'clock and not getting home till 9. That's already fucked my schedule all the way up. You know what I'm saying? Just 30 minutes extra on a dinner fucks my entire schedule up. Now, if I was going to sleep at 12, it wouldn't be a problem staying out a little bit later for dinner, right? But when you're trying to go to sleep at 9:30, you got to be very meticulous. Oh, guys, I'm going to pause this real quick while I spit. Yeah, you got to be very meticulous in your schedule, man. You don't have time to fuck around at all. But I'm walking back into the complex right now. I got about 33 minutes on this podcast right now. I know it wasn't the best one, but I wanted to go ahead and get one out for you guys. I think a few of y'all, like I said, I know I got a few of y'all that actually enjoy these podcasts, so I wanted to go ahead and get it out for you. And eventually, I'm going to have a whole little setup in the crib, man. I'm going to have a microphone. I'm going to have this upgraded PC. Have this nice-ass camera. The quality of the videos is definitely going up, man, but I got a hell of a lot more priorities right now than YouTube, so don't wait up on that. I'm talking about in the future. I'm not even in the near future. This might be a year or two from now, but, the channel's growing, so I'm very happy with that. I said a couple months ago that I wanted the channel to be at 500 by June. Now, like I was saying, that wasn't really doable, but guess what? You shoot for the stars and you miss, you're still up in the sky. So I actually gained like 200 subscribers since I made that video on my last podcast. So I'm definitely very satisfied with that. But anyway, I appreciate you guys watching as always. I may come in a little bit later and add in. If this is the end of the video, I didn't. So I'm going to talk to you guys next time. I got some videos coming later on today.